yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 9 to 5s, but we are still married to the games. 117. Yes, sir. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router and Timothy Hall, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are in the season, boy. We are up in it. And we are grateful to be here with you guys. Thank you for being here. Timothy Hall.
Oh no.
Yeah, baby.
Caught you off guard, Jack.
What it do?
Krista's show went pretty well this weekend.
Good.
There you go.
I helped in every way I could. I told her, I said, just work on the stuff that you need to work on, and I will help you in other ways.
Yep.
So,
been there,
we
man.
had my brother and sister coming to town, and my nephew, because this weekend was my nephew's birthday and my brother's birthday all in one. So,
you had a packed weekend. Holy cow.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we had them in, and we, just kind of cake, ice cream, or let me reverse that, ice cream cake.
Right.
And pizza.
Either way, enough said. That's fine.
Yeah, enough said.
Right.
Amazing. So yeah, all is fun and good. On the gaming front, I think I've broken Far Cry 4.
So,
What does that mean?
On accident. Basically, when my brother came over, my Krista and my sister went out and got some coffee, and we just kind of hung out and played Far Cry 4. And my brother had mentioned, I've already played through this and I beat it. What was hilarious is that he was like, oh, I didn't know you could, he knew you could upgrade the wallet and stuff. He's like, yeah, I beat the game with one gun holster and, the smallest loot bag. I was like, how the heck did you do that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he
Wow.
didn't do any of the crafting upgrades. I was like, how'd you beat the game then?
That's the best part.
I know, it's hilarious. So he was kind of giving me some tips as I was playing. So, I was going to liberate a camp, and there were a couple elephants standing out there, and I was like, can't you ride the elephants? He's like, oh yeah, it's an upgrade that you can get. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me try this. And basically I went into the camp. They noticed me, and I got them to chase me out, and then I just stood behind the elephants. So they shot the elephants, and then the elephants went in and just tore them up. I didn't even have to shoot them.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, I think I've broken the game at this point, because every time I want to liberate a camp now, I've done that upgrade to get to ride the elephants now. So what I do, when you're riding on an elephant, you can actually signal other elephants to come in and help you. So what I'm doing now is basically I hop on the elephant, go to the camp, and get a bunch of elephants to come follow me. And I'll just run in the camp, jump off the elephant, and just go stand out and wait for them to do their thing.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So, I don't even have to, there's really nothing I have to do to liberate the camps anymore. And like I said, I think I've broken the game in that respect.
That's funny.
So it's not as fun for you now?
No, it's a lot of fun. I think it's just working smarter and not harder.
Yeah.
So, now I don't have to go in guns blazing. I can just let the elephants take care of it. I don't know. I find that fun. So,
Well, heck yeah, man. You're
Sitting
using
back and watching in your hammock.
You're using a resource. It's awesome.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
You got your hammock upgraded.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And as we were kind of going around the open world, my brother, he played through and beat the PS3 version. He's like, there is way more elephants in the PS4 version. And he said he didn't know if that was a technical limitation or something.
Really?
Yeah, but he said basically because they're pretty much everywhere. So when I go to liberate a camp, it's not hard to find elephants nearby and get them to run in. It's
That's
so much
interesting.
fun, though.
That's a trip, man.
It's just hilarious to watch them just destroy the camp for me.
Nice. Nice.
Do you get the max XP for it then? Because, so probably
I'm not
while the
sure.
elephants are doing their thing, you could probably disable the alarm bell, and then you get extra XP for that.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. The guys usually trip the alarm, though, too, and the reinforcements come in. The elephants are still taking them down.
Right.
So really, I don't, like I said, I just kind of stand out there, and if there's a
You just
straggler,
watch.
I'll take care of them.
That's awesome.
That's
But
funny.
I love that they kind of give you that option to just be smarter about taking over the camps. It's just hilarious. And then we've been doing a lot of iOS gaming. There's iOS stuff coming out. Did you guys see on the store?
No, hit us up. What are you playing?
Peggle Blast.
Nice.
So,
yeah, sure.
Chris and I have the classic Peggle game on iOS, but like Peggle Blast is like a free-to-play game. There's some things that are a little bit annoying about it, but basically it's Peggle with kind of a Candy Crush kind of mentality, like you're going level to level. The way it works basically is you get lives, and as you fail the challenges, like it'll take from your lives, and then when you get down to nothing, you have to like wait 20 minutes or something. But also too, when you get to the next zone, so like you'll move through the different zones with each different character, and I think they're like 15 levels or so, or maybe 10 levels. Once you get to like the next world, you basically have to wait like 6 hours for it to unlock.
Oh, Lord.
And so that's kind of how they stop you, and like they're like, oh, okay, pay up or just wait 6 hours.
Right.
So
put the phone down and go outside and play and then come back.
Exactly. It's like how we had those things like, why don't you go play outside for a minute?
And I'm like, why don't you shut up and let me keep playing?
It's like, I didn't buy you to tell me to go outside and play.
Say, what are you, my mom?
Yeah, shut up, Jillian Michaels.
That's awesome.
The only thing that, like I said, the few things that kind of annoy me are the free-to-play hooks.
Yeah.
So if you were to, in Peggle, you get like, you start out with 10 balls to kind of shoot around the course. And when you get down to 0, it'll ask you, you know, like, use more balls, or like, I think it said basically just get more tries or give up. And everybody's going to say, oh, okay, get more tries, you know, because basically I need 2 more. Have you guys played Peggle before?
I haven't, but I've seen it.
Gosh, you need to download it. So much fun.
All right.
Basically, you have to hit all the orange pegs, and you'll get to a point sometimes where you've got like 1 or 2 left, and you're like, oh, okay, I'd like to just keep trying. And then all of a sudden it pops up and says connecting to the iTunes store. So you're like, oh, okay, so I'd have to pay to get 2 more balls, basically.
And Hall don't play that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Halsifer don't play that.
But see, that they make you feel like basically like, oh, I have to do this, because the other button just says basically give up. Like, oh crap, I give up. You know, it's like, who wouldn't want to like keep trying, basically?
Right.
So they put those hooks in there. I'm sure they're going to make a freaking crap load of money off of people who.
Well, I mean, that's the joys of free to play.
Yeah, money is no object, and they'll spend like $100 on Peggle. So I bought the old version of Peggle for 99 cents.
There you go.
It's similar to the Plants vs. Zombies situation, where I paid 99 cents for Plants vs. Zombies, but I could see people spending a lot of money on PVZ too. So, and then also I'm playing Crossy Road. Have you guys played that yet?
No.
It's a lot like Frogger. That's basically all you need to know. If Frogger was on PS1, which I think it was, and it was isometric.
I want to say Frogger's been on every freaking platform, is what it feels like.
It does, but they kind of like changed it up over the course of time. Like they tried to do new gameplay modes and stuff. This is basically just classic Frogger isometric, and it's kind of got like almost like an 8-bit polygonal art style.
That's cool.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, I recommend trying it out. It's a quick game to, hop in and see if you can beat your high score. I think mine was 160 maybe.
Oh, nice.
Trip. Nice.
Yeah, once you start to get further along, it starts to throw in other things. So if you guys have played Classic Frogger, it is as if you don't stop. It's just basically an endless game. So
that's really cool. Listen to you being the iOS king this week.
I know.
Bigger screen on the phone. So I'm playing a lot more now.
Oh, dove back in.
Bingo.
Yeah. Like, you need to put up like a list of things that you're playing so we can, because I've been slacking on my pimping when it comes to iOS games.
Yeah, me too. I haven't touched it.
I usually just go to the App Store and see what's most popular.
That's what I do too.
And that's kind of a good way to find the sales too, because if a really good game goes on sale, it'll pop up on the chart.
That's really cool.
There you go.
I'm waiting for the new version of XCOM to go on sale because they have kind of an expansion.
I know. I want to get that so bad.
Are you
I
talking
just
about
can't bring myself to spend $20 on it.
XCOM Declassified?
No, there's XCOM Enemy Within. They ported it to iOS, so it's basically like new units and new weapons and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's
have
the
it.
same campaign.
Oh,
it's
gotcha. It's just
they've added stuff.
Nice. So you have the 6 Plus, right? Or did you just get the 6?
Yeah, I have the 6 Plus.
Nice.
That's why I've been gaming so much on it, because the screen is huge.
That's so awesome.
I mean, like at first, like I said, it was a little jarring, like it was a little big.
Yeah.
But after I've gotten some time in with it, like
you're happy with it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my sister came over this weekend, and she has the 5, and that was the phone that I had previously, only a couple weeks ago, and like we kind of held them up side by side, and we were like, this is significantly bigger.
Yes.
you're like, this thing sucks. What's this?
It's just kind of crazy how big they went.
Yep.
So
that's awesome. Router.
Man, that's awesome, Hall. I don't know how I can beat that. I'm pretty boring this week.
Well, usually I'm boring, so flip the script.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, week was good. We are full on into the holiday season, gentlemen. 2 weeks from Thursday is Christmas.
That's stupid.
I can't believe it. It's just
that's crazy.
It is here. It is upon us. I'm in the Christmas.
Fast.
Yeah, it really did. I'm in the Christmas spirit, but I'm like, man, it's only 2 weeks away. This is crazy. Like, I always feel like there's more build up to it, but it's been good.
Right.
Lauren's been nuts at the store, and so I've just been kind of doing stuff around here or just helping out however she needs to, because my work is starting to slow down a little bit, which is nice, which means it gives me more time to play some Far Cry 4, baby.
There you go.
Nice. You broke into it?
Broke into it that last week, right after we recorded, and it is already my game of the year. And I haven't even I have not even gotten that far into it. Seriously. I'm still in South Korea, and I have basically purchased all of the maps already. I have like tons of money. I have tons of rupees already. I have like almost 1 million rupees. I'm just going looting fools, getting chests. And I haven't even done a lot of the missions yet. I've done a couple, but I'm just going around crafting. I've got a lot of the crafting done already. But so I am loving the world and how big it is. And the funny thing is, the difference here is that I'm coming from Unity, which compacted everything and just had so much all in one area that you just have to you just run around. It's just such a different feel with Far Cry 4 because it's more spread out, and there's just so much that you can do whenever you want. And man, that new buzzard, that little mini helicopter thing is my new jam. I love that thing because you can get from point A to point B so much faster. And
did you change the controls at all?
No,
I tweak them.
No, the sensitivity when I first started, it was like super fast. I was almost getting dizzy. I'm like, whoa, slow down there, Paco. So I went in and just changed the sensitivity by like 1 or 2, and it's a lot more comfortable now. Because before, I mean, like you turn, like your head would turn. It's like, whew, I was like, oh wow, that's a little fast. But yeah, that's the only setting that I really changed. And it just looks great. I think it's so funny to go from same company, 2 completely different games between Unity and Far Cry 4. Like, it's it is absolute night and day. And to me, I think the Far Cry 4 team of Ubisoft just did everything. Everything's a little bit more convenient. It's smarter. And it just makes it really easy. This game is not stressing me out at all, and it's not overwhelming at all. And it's just so easy going, and I love it. It's just such a good game. So I will be playing Far Cry 4 probably through the holidays because I just want to. I may even try to platinum this. I don't know if I have to do some multiplayer, maybe not. But I haven't looked at the trophy list and what all is involved, but. This is a game that I can just spend a lot of time on, and I will have some time to do that. So it'll be fantastic.
Sweet.
But other than that, just pretty boring. Same old. That's me.
That sounds good though.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, you had a bit of a week.
Yeah, I had a bit of a week. we obviously found out what we were having. For those that aren't on the Twitters, we are having a boy,
which is amazing. Totally
I
didn't
can't
expect
believe
it.
That's
Did not
awesome.
expect it at all.
I was so excited. So I have to tell the story. So last child, when we were having Amara, we did a gender reveal party. So we went to the doctor.
That was awesome, by the way.
We had the doctor, the ultrasound lady, write down what it was, put it in an envelope. We took that to a cake maker. We said, make a neutral cake that has a ball of fondant in it, which is just like sugar, and let it be pink or blue. And then we're going to have a party. At the end of the party, we'll cut the cake. And by the time we cut, the cake, we'll find out what it is. So we had this big party, and that happened, and it was awesome. It came down to the last slice every time.
It really did. It was hilarious.
A friend of mine's wife was cutting the cake, and every time she cut the cake, it was like, oh, whoa. Came all the way down to the very last piece, which was crazy. So this time we were like, I was leaving for the road the same day we were finding out. No time to do a party, but we were like, we got to do something. We don't want this child already coming into the world like, so wait, let me understand this right. You had a party for her just to find out what she was, and you ain't do nothing for me. And so we were like,
that'll be between you and Jenny.
Yeah, exactly. And so we were like, all right, we're going to go get a balloon. We're going to get a black balloon, have, Party City put whatever color confetti in it. And then we'll go to Jenny's friend's house. We'll pop the balloon, take pictures. And, that's how we'll find out, like just kind of as a family. And so we're like, perfect. We get the ultrasound done. She's like, I'm sure what it is. Wrote it down on a card. We don't know. We take it to Party City. Jenny walks around the store so she can't see what it is. And we take it to our friend Leah's house. So we're at Leah's house, and we're like, all right, let's, how are we going to set up the camera? Okay, we'll set it up over here. We'll set it up. Pop!
Oh, no.
The balloon pops itself.
Oh, no.
And we're like, oh my gosh, the balloon popped. What's all this blue confetti doing? Oh, we're having a boy. And so it was funny because it wasn't at all what we had planned to have happen. No. But it was great because it was a surprise. And I think me and Jenny were so set on the fact that we just knew it was going to be a girl. And the fact that it was a boy was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I think the most amazing part of the story for me is that you were able to get Party City to do it without ruining it. Because I would think you would hand them the paper and they'd be like, oh, so what color do you want for a boy?
Exactly. So you want us to put blue in there or pink? You want us to put blue in there, right? And you're like, oh, geez, you totally ruined this. So I have to say to our community, thank you so much for all the congratulations. Yeah. I got a lot of people saying congrats.
You got all kinds of love, man.
You wanted a baby boy, right?
Deep down, I was wanting a boy. Mm-hmm. But you, of course, at the end of the day, you just want a healthy baby. But I was like, man, to have one of each would be incredible. So
twins?
Okay.
Exactly.
And Gabe passes out.
Right, exactly. So we have the little girl, and we're going to have a little chubby ninja, and I'm excited about that.
Chubby Ninja Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be awesome, man. I'm so curious what he's going to look like, if he's going to be more Jenny, if he's going to be, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't have a clear vision of what he's going to look like yet. I kind of knew either way he's going to be awesome. I was like, Amara's probably going to be the perfect mix, and she really is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this one eludes me. I don't know yet, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. Gaming wise, I've been playing Bit Trip Presents Runner 2, care of Uncle Bread Fan.
Nice.
He made the game.
Yes. No, he didn't. He gave me and Jenny a present for having the baby, him and his wife, because they're amazing people. He was like, all right, so I got you $10 PSN, but listen, I really want you to get this game. And so I got it, and I've been playing the mess out of it in my bunk. It's really fun. Platformer, just kind of, you just kind of jump and dodge, but it goes to music, and it's really cool. It's been really fun to play in the bunk.
That's awesome.
Last week, just because I had a free night, I rented Far Cry 4 for the Xbox One.
Nice.
And dove into that just because I wanted to see the opening. And you guys are right. It's awesome. It's definitely, maybe not as exciting as 3, but the acting is way better.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Golly. Friggin' Troy Baker, man. Gosh, I hate that guy.
I know. He's so good.
He is a beast. Lord of mercy.
So good at everything. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he plays the bad guy just in case.
Pagan men.
No.
I don't think we can spoil this because I think every other podcast has probably mentioned it at this point. But apparently, at the beginning of the game, he just tells you to like wait here for a second, and I guess if you wait there for like 12 minutes, the game just ends.
That's right.
Isn't that weird?
That's right. You can go straight to the end of Far Cry 4.
You're kidding.
No.
It's weird.
That's really weird.
You should have just done that, Gabe.
I know. I could have beat the game. Been like, credits, bishops.
Well, closing the book on another great game.
It was easy.
And then the craziest thing happened to me. This has never happened before. The guy that helped us out with our kitchen, he hung some lights in our kitchen. He was like, hey, I'm doing this raffle for my son's baseball team. Would you guys want to enter the raffle? And we kind of like were running low on money at the time, and we probably shouldn't have done it. But I was like, I've known this guy for years, and it really would have helped his family out. So I was like, you know what? We'll buy 2 tickets. And it was one of those things where he's like, yeah, they'll be like $10. And they ended up being like $15 each. And I was like, oh, $15 each. Anyway, he texted me the other day. He's like, you won the raffle. I was like, what? I don't ever win raffles. I was like, what did I win? A new iPad Air 2.
What?
Boom, shakalaka.
Dude, that's awesome.
Freaking won an iPad.
See what happens when you spread some Christmas cheer.
I know. Pay it forward, y'all.
That's right, man.
You might get a blessing. Yeah, and so got that thing up and going yesterday, and ran to Hearthstone to see what the difference was, and the difference is huge.
Is it really?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
It's not even close to how it played on the iPad 2, because I just have the 2.
Right.
And then the iPad Air 2 it's stupid. It's a stupid difference. So I'm going to be looking forward to playing a lot of those games that you've been talking about there, Hall.
Yeah, that's right.
And then this is the last weekend of tour.
Sweet.
And so for the rest of the year, I'll be off, and I'm excited about that. Our last couple shows are in Normal, Illinois,
yeah.
Appleton, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, it's the tropical tour this weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy.
And this last weekend, I got to see our boy Ed Placencia.
Yay.
And have
Nice.
breakfast with him and see his wife that night. It was awesome. Those are good people.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Amen.
And that's it for your boy Gabe. Router, you got it?
I think I might be able to manage.
Well, let's do it.
Boom. New releases this week. Really easy. There's pretty much 2. Destiny: The Dark Below expansion pack is now out for the PS4. Mm-hmm. So I know our community is going to be jumping all over that because they are Destiny crazy. And then Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is out for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC.
Ah.
And
I think that was on iOS first. I can't remember.
I think
it's not. It's not. If like the most recent Tomb Raider game was your kind of introduction to those games, it's not even close to the same thing.
Right.
No, I think it's a twin stick shooter, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, the description didn't say. But yeah, so those Salud. Those are the only
All
two releases of mention really for this week. And of course, I'm sure for the next few weeks, it's not going to be anything special until we get to that 2015, baby. But let's move on to top selling games for the week of November 29th. So here we go. This is right into getting close to Black Friday time. Actually, it probably should be around Black Friday time.
Black Friday week.
Yeah, Black Friday week. Number 10, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the Xbox One, which is really weird at number 10 to say that.
Yeah.
Number
that's real
9,
weird.
Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox One. Number 8, Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS.
Oh, nice.
Number 7, The Last of Us Remastered for the PS4.
Really?
That's for the PS4 bundle.
I'm glad that people are playing that game.
Yeah, that's great. Number 6, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the Xbox 360.
Ooh,
So the 360 beats the One version
by a bit.
by 100,000 units.
I wonder if there
Yowzers.
was a discount on the last gen version and like not the next gen.
Maybe.
Probably.
I'm sure there's and you can get an Xbox 360 for dirt now.
Yeah, it was $100 on Black Friday.
Yeah. So that could be it. But it wasn't bundled with Advanced Warfare or anything, was it? It's just
No, I don't think so. It was probably just a matter of I'm getting this Xbox for $100, so I
Right.
should get a game.
yeah, why
Right.
not? Number 5, Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U. Number 4, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for the Xbox One. Gee, I wonder where that came from.
But that's weird, though. It wasn't the physical copy that was in the bundle.
It must be considered part of the bundle.
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the SKU for your Xbox with that bundle also adds the 2 SKUs for Unity and Black Flag, because
That would make sense.
because number 3 is Assassin's Creed Unity for the Xbox One. But
Interesting.
But here's a really interesting one too. These units are ridiculous this week. People came and spent money because at the number 10 spot, Call of Duty was sold 169,000 units. That's where we're starting at
Wow.
number 10. That's usually
That's nuts.
a number 1 spot during the week, any other week.
Any other regular week, yeah.
Right. So number 4 was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for the Xbox One, sold 317,000 units.
Crap.
Unity sells 380,000 units coming in at number 3. Number 2, GTA 5 for the PS4 sells
Yowzers.
477,000 units.
My gosh.
That was probably bundle plus regular.
Yeah, it's got to be bundle plus regular. Number 1, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha
Yes.
Sapphire for the 3DS, 530,000 units.
Man.
In 2 weeks, it has sold 1.5 million units.
It's the most wonderful thing.
Exactly.
Oh, my
3DS
goodness.
putting it down again. Just when you thought, 3DS is fading, like holiday time, boom, comes right back.
Gotta catch 'em all Christmas time. I
that's
might need to play
insane.
Pokemon.
And it's like,
Gosh.
and now we know why all these games just wait until the end of the year because they're like, everybody's going to buy stuff.
Yep.
Lord have mercy. That's a bunch of video games.
A lot of stuff.
That is a lot of stuff. A lot of units. A lot of money was made this during that week. So, holy cow. But that's awesome, though. That's good. That means it's nice and healthy and everything's alive and people are going to be playing some games this holiday season. And that's what I love to hear.
Shoot. Pokemon.
Yep.
On top of the one console.
Not
Killing
even a new gen console. Just boom, 3DS.
And that is exactly why they won't bring it to mobile.
That's right.
Yeah,
Even though I would play it if
They
they
know
brought
they're
it to
going to
mobile.
clean up anyway.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. All right. Hall.
Do you guys want to dive into PlayStation Experience?
Oh, yes.
Are
can
you
we?
ready
Sure.
to experience PlayStation?
Yes.
I might be.
Let's do that.
I thought that
I missed it. So I'm glad that
You can watch it all on YouTube now. You can watch the entire thing.
yeah, and plus there's a lot of sites that kind of pull together like all the
Yeah.
best moments basically.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for doing their own show. So before this all went down, I was thinking, this is like, I was kind of wondering how it would go for them because I was like, this is probably this is their first year doing something like this and like actually making it almost like a press event, but it's their own press event, so they can really like have the spotlight the entire time. So,
of course,
I thought this was really successful. I thought this is something that every company can kind of just get on with and learn from.
Now, who is it? It's not open to the public, is it, or was it?
No, it was, and they were charging for admission. From the looks of like the conference, it looks like they sold out. I mean, I'm sure like press got in free, but
sure.
And I don't think it was that much. I think it was maybe $30. I don't really remember.
Oh, nice. I didn't know it was that
But
cheap.
basically, for all the reveals and getting to be there, I mean, it was.
That's so worth it.
I'm sure it was well worth it. So,
yeah, the energy at those things is so awesome that $30 is definitely worth being a part of something like that.
Oh, I'm sure, considering that it was like enthusiasts, over press, like press, I'm sure can like get excited, but obviously they can't be, too.
They're a lot
biased.
harder to work up.
Yeah, they can't, and they can't be too biased about things.
Yeah, they have to be objective.
Yeah. But enthusiasts
as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, like that was a crazy show just from the looks of the video. So, we got to see a bunch of new games. We got to see a bunch of new footage. So the Uncharted 4 footage.
Oh yeah,
I posted that on Twitter, baby. That was the first thing I saw. I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah, a lot more photorealistic Nathan Drake. So I went and looked, after the reveal, I went and looked at some of because they had some art on the floor, like here's the differences we made between Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4. And when I played Uncharted like 1, 2, and 3, I was already thinking like, wow, this looks amazing. They're finally getting people to a point where they can model them more realistically. And then, we see the Uncharted 4 reveal and it is leaps and bounds above where they were last gen. Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game. I really am.
Yeah, it's going to be
as I'm watching this gameplay, I'm like, man, I should go back and play 3.
Something that I noticed about the gameplay is like, how you're doing all the traversal and you're like climbing on stuff. In 3, it was a lot more noticeable where you were supposed to go because it kind of...
Yeah, they had the white outline, kind of the white chalk powder on
everything.
It
was a little highlighted.
Well, and it kind of showed through a little more.
Yeah, this one didn't have that as much.
Yeah, not even close. It just, I think it's just part of the realism of it. Like it looks so much more realistic, so it's like kind of hard to discern. And it's hard to explain that, really. I don't.
Well,
I don't know
and
what
even
I'm
in that, no, I got you, because even in the footage, it looks like there's multiple paths you can go. Like I don't think it's very linear, because if you notice during that whole gameplay, he's moving around a lot, and there are places that he circles back to. Like I noticed, like there were some things like, oh, like that rock was there before. I remember seeing that. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. So I think they just give you a little bit more freedom to move around, and you can kind of do it however you want. You could probably go in the hallway, go in guns blazing, or you can kind of traverse around that whole terrain to sneak up on people and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think they kind of leave it open-ended. And notice there wasn't really any UI in it at all yet, so I'm sure it was, and that was done probably on purpose just to reveal more of the game than actually
such a clean look. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was clean and simple. Not a whole lot of music either, so you're really surrounded by, just forest and jungle area, and it was beautiful looking, man. I was really impressed.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Environment sound.
And then at the end it just says 2015. It's like, no, they didn't even give you like fall 2015 or summer 2015. They just 2015. I'm like, all right, well, January 1, it's coming out then. How about that?
you know it's going to be like November 11th
it's gonna
or
be,
something.
It's going to be late.
It's going to be right after Call of Duty.
Yeah, late in the year.
Mm-hmm. And Troy Baker's in it. Nathan Drake's older brother. So he is slowly becoming the North, like the Nolan North of games.
Slowly? He's in everything.
Well, quickly. And it's funny, he's in a game with Nolan North.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's happened before, but it's
that's
just
like
hilarious.
Two titans battling it out.
Golly, that Joker is everywhere.
He is honestly everywhere.
How his vocal cords aren't bleeding, I don't know.
I'd kill for that job.
What else did they kind of have going on? I know they had the Street Fighter 5 thing.
Street Fighter 5 is a PS4 PC exclusive. That's crazy.
Well, what's crazier, and I'm not saying this has never happened before because I couldn't think of another game, but like they're gonna have cross-platform play.
Yeah, PS4.
So if you're on
a
a PC, you're gonna be able to play somebody on a PS4.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that means it can be done.
Well, wasn't the first game to do that?
Together.
Wasn't Portal the first game to do that? Portal 2?
I don't know. I didn't play Portal 2 when it was popular. I played it way later. So I have no idea.
Good question. I don't know.
But I wish they would do more of that, man. Like, I really wish Destiny would have been cross-platform. That would have been so much fun.
Amazing.
Ugh. Now that I have an Xbox One, Matt Maher's been like, hey, go get Destiny and upgrade your character. I'm like, I'm not going back through all that just so we can play Destiny 2 times a year. And how much do I love that Street Fighter is Street Fighter 5 when it's like, there's like 20 Street Fighter games out there.
Well, see, when they do the games, they have to do like 5 updated versions because they rebalance everything.
Right.
So instead of like balancing it and releasing it as a patch, they just release it as a new game.
Yeah.
Which I guess
the names get so ridiculous.
It does get ridiculous, but I guess it kind of makes sense because they have to spend so much time making changes.
But like Street Fighter 2 went through so many changes that like you had a whole different roster by the time they stopped doing Street Fighter 2 games than, they're like Medea, Tyler Perry presents Street Fighter. Medea Goes to Jail Turbo Exquisite Edition.
Number 5.
Rise of Chung-Li. You're like edition.
The Blackness Awakens or something like
that. Golly.
Well, and then what was worse with that game is that if you went to an arcade, like each arcade would have a different version of it. So you're like, well, which?
Exactly.
Like, what am I doing here? It was just weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
You know what's so funny? I've always noticed this in video games. Like they do like Far Cry 1, Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4. Like in movies, it used to be that way. Remember like the Lethal Weapons 1 and 2 and 3. Now like they're getting more creative and it's like they're not actually giving it a number, the same title and a number. They're
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, Transformers, Rise of the whatever it
such
was.
And such.
Yeah. So
Rise of the explosions that are unnecessary most of the time.
Rise of the Michael Bay explosions. But it's funny because video game sticks to that format, to like the title plus number, and not like change it up a bit, which I kind of like. I think that's kind of great.
I think, haven't they tried to do that in the past with games, and it doesn't work as well? Yeah, I think they confuse people because people have to know that it's new.
Yeah, the Wii U.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Right.
They should have just named it something else, like made a new one.
Exactly. What else did they have? What else were they talking about?
David Jaffe is back. Okay. After he did Twisted Metal last gen, I think he said he was going to go on hiatus and do some mobile games. Right. And that didn't really happen. So he's revealing Drawn to Death. Did you guys see the footage?
I did not.
Was it cool?
It looks like a multiplayer shooter. It looks like it's probably just going to come to PSN. It looked pretty unique. I mean, like it's kind of a hand-drawn art style. You'll have to take a look at it. It looks like you're playing inside of a notebook, basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you'll have to go check it out. It looks kind of like a Unity engine game.
Drawn to Death.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go take a look at there's really no other way to explain it than that. It's a little bit morbid. So there's like unnecessary gore in just weird places. So
sure, that's
a little bit weird. Yeah. It's basically the premise is, it's drawn inside of a high school kid's notebook. And I was like, this is a pretty disturbed high school kid.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So just go take high school kids. There's some dark high school kids out there.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Coming from a kid that was in theater, that's where they're at, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're wondering where to find the darkest of the kids.
From the theater kids notebook.
Exactly.
Here you go.
Yeah. It's brooding in the corner.
Some of the things that look pretty cool, it looks like it has kill streak rewards where the arm comes into the game. So like the kid's arm comes into the game and he like smashes a dude with a pencil. It's
Really?
It's real weird.
That's freaky.
Go take a look.
Do you want to see me make this pencil disappear?
Oh man, that's okay. Cool. All right, we'll take that.
What else, Hall?
Did you guys see the trailer for The Forest?
I didn't see anything.
I did.
Goodness. The Forest basically looks like photorealistic Minecraft. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Is it the same thing?
It looks like they're going for a similar vibe. It looks like the game is influenced by Minecraft because basically it shows you kind of like in a plane and you're like crash landing on an island. And then it kind of shows you kind of going through like some survival mission type stuff. But then it shows you start to build stuff. And I'm thinking, like I think they're going for that audience.
Yeah, maybe.
Unfortunately, I think if they're going directly for that audience, I think they're going to be a little disappointed. But it does look interesting. So
yeah, because that audience are 12-year-olds.
Well, and I think the art style of Minecraft was
the draw.
Yeah, it's kind of a draw for kids. So, Final Fantasy VII is coming to PS4.
That was so stupid.
That's really dumb, though.
I did see that.
It's just a port of the PC version, but thank goodness it's not a port of the PS1 version. Because it would look... I mean, basically, it doesn't look that great.
I have the PS1 version on my Vita. And I'm sure it
looks great on there. It's a lower resolution.
I mean, it looks fine. I just didn't understand why... I don't know. I guess you need to announce things. So I guess this was an announcement.
Well, it was kind of a tease because they were like, well, it's coming to PS4, and everybody's like, yeah, and then they see it's just PC version. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like, why even, why get people all riled up?
I don't know.
But
anyway.
What's funny? I did read an article, and it's like, it's probably better that they never redo it. And as a huge Final Fantasy VII guy, I hate to say that, but it's probably better that it's left alone and it's the PC port and it's not ruined this way. Because if it was redone, it'd probably be ruined. It's kind of like, hearing all these people complain about the new Star Wars trailer. Like, you're just not going to make fans happy. So there's no way for them to do Final Fantasy VII and please the fan base that would go out and buy the game. So it's better to just bring the PC port to the PS4. They can't ruin it that way. It's the original game. Everything's intact.
Yeah.
And people won't be complaining. People are complaining all over the place about Star Wars. It's crazy.
I don't understand the Star Wars complaints.
They're really don't. A black guy. Like, that's a big complaint.
That's weird.
It's ridiculous.
Well, of course, it's weird to me. But and then they're like, the way that the stuff's coming out of the side of the lightsaber, you're like, oh
the hilt.
Gosh.
They're critiquing the lightsaber for crying out loud.
I don't understand the critique of the lightsaber, though. They're like, it shouldn't have a hilt. I'm like, actually, that would probably
Most swords do have a hilt.
Well, I was going to say that would probably be pretty beneficial.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny is that I don't think it's a hilt. Is what's funny. I think, personally, I think that if you look at the way this is getting really dorky, guys.
Yeah, you're getting dorky now.
But
we're doing a video game podcast. I don't think you can get very dorky.
That's true.
But when you watch the way it kind of comes on, the sides kind of kick out after it's on, and it more looks like blow off valves to me than it does like a hilt. You know what I'm saying? It more looks like the power's escaping from the side, because it's so strong and, blah, blah, blah. Or,
it could be.
Anyway. No, PlayStation experience. Keep going. Anything else? No Man's Sky. We watched I was over at Router's house last night, and we watched somebody fly around in a ship for a minute. I'm not really understanding the hype.
We're both looking at each other like, okay, so what's the hype about this? I mean, I realize it's like a full-on total open world experience, but I'm not okay.
I wish I would have seen some more. I don't know if you fight ever or. Yeah,
what do you do besides go and explore new planets and see weird dinosaurs?
It will appeal to the people it's made for.
No, sure. No, I'm not saying it's not.
That's everything.
That's everything.
That's everything on the planet.
I'm not sure.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it'll appeal to the people that it's made for.
Was Duke Nukem Forever really made for anyone?
Exactly, and it didn't appeal to anybody. But what I'm saying is, that's really that's a funny
I'm
statement.
saying it'll appeal to the people that want that procedurally generated, unlimited content. Like, look at Little Big Planet, for instance. Like, they promise basically unlimited content through the community, and the people that love that stuff, they eat it up. So.
It's just funny, like saying the people that'll like it will like it.
Right.
Like that is a true
people
statement.
that are into these games will be into these games.
I'm saying the
funny.
people it's made for. You know, like Call of Duty is made for that first-person shooter fan, but that doesn't mean they're going to like it.
I totally get
what
you're
I'm saying.
That's really funny.
I get it. It's awesome.
That was just funny the way it came out.
I thought,
I know, get off my back. Attacking Hall this morning.
There are a couple other trailers and teasers that I thought were interesting. Until Dawn is coming, which is a new like a horror style movie with game with Hayden Panettiere is the main lead.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So I saw the trailer for that. That looks scary. Gabe won't play that.
Nope.
And they showed some more Bloodborne gameplay, which I thought was interesting. I don't know how I feel about that game yet. It seems like it's just a hack and slash kind of a game, and you just move on. And I don't, that's not for me. So I don't know. We'll see. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was just cool because I'm subscribed to PlayStation's YouTube channel. It's just nice that they broke everything down actually in chunks, which I think was cool. But to get like an experience like that, I felt like I was at a little mini E3, which is really cool because they're revealing more. What are their first party developers doing? I'm excited. It's the end of the year. Cool. We've got some great stuff to look forward to. So I think they did a really good job with this, and I'm happy that they did that.
Nice. I think they're in a great position to do it too because they came out in the lead this gen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they were in a perfect position to go ahead and do their own conference.
And maybe this is kind of a good response to us. We've been saying for the past 2 weeks, Sony don't get too cocky now. And I think this is a way to kind of bring it all back and be like, hey, this is what we're doing. These are the people that are behind some of these games. It's not necessarily hey, this is how great we are, pat on the back. It's this is information that people who own PlayStations want to know, or you may be interested in a PlayStation. This is a great way to kind of learn more about it. So I think they did the right thing of just having hey, this is, here's an open to the public. This is what PlayStation's about right now, and this is where we're going. So I think they did themselves justice with that. Now, if they can just bring the price down a little bit during the rest of the holiday season, then they'd hit a massive home run. I'm curious, does anybody have November numbers on the Xbox One sales?
I don't know.
I didn't look yet.
Because I'll try and look that up while we're still discussing because I'm dying to know how much they killed it because I know they're going to kill it.
Oh, they killed it
with these bundles. It's ridiculous.
You want to move on to the Game Awards, or were there more stuff you wanted to cover, Hall?
Go ahead and do some Game Awards.
So we did this last year. We'll just kind of run down the winners. Game of the Year, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Right? That
Game
was crazy.
Of the Year.
That was crazy.
Dragon Age Inquisition. That game just got here. Best Family Game, Mario Kart 8.
Yes.
Best Shooter, Far Cry 4. Best Performance, this was strange to me, Trey Parker as various voices on South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Isn't that weird?
Huh. Trey Parker, who does South Park anyway already.
Right.
Best
Checks in the mail.
Just doing what he normally does.
Best Score / Soundtrack, Destiny. Best Online Experience, Destiny. Best Mobile Handheld Game, Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Best Fighting Game, Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Nice.
Developer of the Year. Any guesses?
Bungie.
Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Best Sports / Racing Game, Mario Kart 8.
Nice.
Games for Change, Valiant Hearts, The Great War. Best Narrative, Valiant Hearts, The Great War. Industry Icon, Roberta and Ken Williams. Best Independent Game, Shovel Knight. Best Remaster, of course, Grand Theft Auto 5. Best action / adventure game, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor.
Thank you.
Earth Swine.
Man swine.
Yeah, that's what it was. Best role-playing game, Dragon Age Inquisition. Fans also voted. Most anticipated game, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
I'm all about that.
Esports Player of the Year, Matt Nade Shot Haig, Call of Duty. Esports Team of the Year, Ninjas in Pajamas, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Trending Gamer, Total Biscuit, and Best Fan Creation, Twitch Plays Pokemon by Anonymous.
That was
I liked
sweet.
That was sweet. You loved that.
Yeah.
And then also, I thought this was really interesting. Apple released the most downloaded apps and movies and all that for 2014. And I thought these were pretty interesting. I won't read all of them, obviously, but I'll just read a couple. Top paid iPad apps. Top paid. Minecraft Pocket Edition is number one. Cut the Rope 2 was number 2. Heads Up, that game that Ellen DeGeneres is a part of, number 3. The Room 2, number 4. I didn't know it was that popular. Plants vs. Zombies HD is down there somewhere. For the iPhone, number 1, though, switched up. Heads Up was number 1 on the iPhone, top paid. And then number 2 was Minecraft. Number 3, Afterlight. Number 4, Plague Inc. I've played a bunch of that. iPad top free, not very interesting. YouTube, Netflix, calculator. That's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the iPad doesn't have a calculator.
Yeah, iPad doesn't come with a calculator. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th down.
Hang on, can Router and I just guess the free iPhone ones? This will be fun.
Yeah, but this is the number 8 for iPad top free.
Oh.
Candy Crush.
Wow.
And then number 10 was Clash of Clans. There's only 2 games in the top 10 of top downloads. Okay. iPhone, you're probably not going to guess these. It's all boring stuff.
Google Maps.
Yes, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
YouTube.
Number 3.
Instagram.
Number 5.
Facebook.
Number 4.
Oh, man.
Can we guess the number 1?
Yeah, try it. You're probably not going to guess it because it's a derivative of one of the things you said already.
What about Vine?
Nope. Facebook Messenger.
That's because they forced you to.
And then Snapchat was number 2.
Oh, really?
The only game in the iPhone top downloads, can you guess it? iPhone top free. Free.
Hang on. Candy Crush.
The only game. Nope.
It has to be. Wait.
That would have probably been last year. 2048.
Yeah. Awesome.
2048.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't remember if that was free or not.
So just for fun, the number 1 top downloaded song. Take a guess.
For 2014?
2014.
Gentlemen?
No.
What?
It's got to
No.
be Shake It Off. It's got to be Shake It Off or something.
No.
Oh.
She's not even in the top.
I got my Dragonborn.
I was actually going to say, as we begin to rock.
Happy, Pharrell Williams.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah.
Most downloaded album, Frozen.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Most downloaded film, Frozen. Most downloaded show, Game of Thrones. We won't
Very
go
cool.
through all these, but I thought those were really interesting to see.
I always love these end of the year wrap ups, man. It's so much fun.
I know, it is great.
That's really interesting that 1024
2048.
2048.
24. Good lord.
512.
Is that as far as you got in
512.
the game? That's why you think it's that called?
Yeah, right.
1024.
No, 2048. I'm really shocked. I thought for sure Candy Crush would still be all up in it, but
Yeah.
that's
2048
awesome,
is hilarious because once I got 2048, I was like, done.
Yeah, I kept going for a little bit, but I
That's
actually
funny.
fired that up a couple of days ago. I'm like, oh man, this game is great.
What else you got for us, Hall?
Man, we need to have a moment of silence. The father of video games has passed
yes,
away.
we do. Moment of silence.
Ralph Baer.
Yeah, age 92, right?
Yes. And
Oh, wow.
he was, I remember seeing videos of him years and years and years ago, back when the game shows were like actually on TV. And I'm not talking G4, I'm talking like Game Trailers TV, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They were showing footage of his early tennis game. I think it was called, let's say it was called table tennis, maybe. It eventually led to him making his own console. I think he worked with Magnavox to make the console, the Odyssey.
The Odyssey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, basically he was at the ground floor of this stuff. He created video entertainment, really.
It's so awesome because it's
Wow.
funny. When I went to do my shots on Friday, I went on to Netflix and I was like, and Video Games the movie was on, so I figured was there, so I figured I'd start watching it. And it's so funny that this just happened because they were just talking about him in that movie.
He made Simon Says.
Yeah. Simon.
That's
Simon.
crazy. Simon.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Do, 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 do.
I used to love
Forever
this.
burned into my brain.
Simon
Oh, yeah.
Says. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, 92, that's a full life.
Yeah, definitely. And he got to see, where development had come. It's really, I'm sure it was really rewarding to know that like he was at the ground floor of this stuff and that there are a lot of people that were influenced by his work. So.
Man, that's sad and really happy all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Switching gears a little bit. Aaron Greenberg, the head of marketing at Xbox, said that Microsoft will be publishing Rise of the Tomb Raider. And so I don't know how that works with their timed exclusivity deal, but they will be publishing it, not Square Enix.
Which is
Really
really
interesting.
weird.
The last
It's
one.
really weird.
Right? So does that mean does Square publish it later? Or does because why would Microsoft publish it for PS4?
I don't get it at all.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Unless it's that Square Enix just will be publishing it for other platforms, because it would kind of be stupid not to.
Oh, okay. So they can both publish it then.
Maybe they've worked out a deal like that. I'm not sure. Maybe it was Square saying basically like, if you're going to get this exclusivity, you're going to front the money for getting it published on your platform. And then we'll publish it on other platforms at this agreed upon date. So
crazy.
that would make the most
nuts.
sense to me, because publishing, requires making discs and all that stuff. So
Right. You got anything else, Hall?
there's a new PS4 bundle out in time for the holidays. They're now giving away a free game.
Still for $400 though.
Yeah. I imagine that a lot of people will be able to find those GTA bundles still. So you'll get, you'll get GTA. I think it comes with The Last of Us as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll get a free game. So
Gosh.
your choice of Destiny, NBA 2K15, Far Cry 4, or Little Big Planet 3.
Oh man,
Sheesh
that's
Louise.
huge.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good deal. It's not as good as the Xbox deal.
Yeah, that Xbox
No,
deal
still
was
not
good.
as good. And it's interesting to see these game companies, like, they throw in the meat and potatoes. That games are their bread and butter on these things.
Oh yeah.
So they're throwing in a lot of games too. It's like they may throw in enough games where you're like, well, I don't need to buy anything for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's absolutely right. I mean, think about it though. Why do you think January is usually not a release day for any major AAA games anyway? It's usually toward the end of February or March is
Right.
really when things kick off because people are spending time actually playing some games.
Exactly. And it's interesting. I think this gen is selling better than any other gen ever has.
Oh, yeah?
Like selling consoles.
Yeah.
And if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it's been cheaper because, money's getting, the dollar is getting weaker. Not to get into a big discussion about this, but the dollar is getting weaker. So these consoles are kind of cheaper than last gen. So it's a little easier to stomach.
And they're willing to reduce their price a lot quicker than I think last gen. I mean, I wasn't involved too much at the start of last gen consoles when they first came out. But I mean, we are 1 year now into next gen consoles, and the prices are already, to me, seem to have dropped dramatically.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts when you actually think about like the Xbox One, for instance, where you would get it for maybe $279 at Target. After the gift card, and then also have what?
2 games.
$80 worth of games or $90 worth of games.
Exactly.
Yeah, easy.
That was crazy. I mean, like I said, I bought my 360 pretty close to launch, and I paid $400 and got nothing. Or maybe I got the Madden bundle.
Right.
And at that time, like $400 was just, I mean, that was pre-crash. It was a lot more money at that time.
Goodness gracious.
So I have a quick update, and it's not anything too exciting. GameSpot had something that basically it's that the Xbox has outpaced the PlayStation 4 over the past 2 weeks. It's I think it's broken the 10 million mark now, and versus the PS4, which has now sold more than 13.5 million PS4s.
Yeah,
Wow.
They're catching them.
So I think it's definitely a pace changer because of this drop, because they're keeping that price down, I think, until
January.
January. So it'll be really curious to see, actually, by the end of the year. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Xbox One catches up pretty quickly. So
it's only a matter of time. Really quickly.
Competition, man. That's what we need.
Right.
That's right. Love it.
Real quickly, another God of War game is coming, which is not a huge surprise, but they kind of acted like it was a leak. Sony Santa Monica Studios even tweeted out, because I guess Cory Barlog, the guy that does all those games, was at I don't know if it was at the PlayStation Experience, but he was at the God of War retrospective panel and said, yes, we're working on another one. and then Santa Monica Studios tweeted out and said, don't tell anyone what Cory Barlog just said. And so, they're probably having fun with it, and I guess it's his news to share, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, if you're working on it, you can say it.
Yeah, and so I thought it was cool that there was another, those games are they're fun, hack and slashes, I think.
Must be really weird when you've left like a game series, because David Jaffe started out there at God of War.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be weird to like give up your baby to somebody new to work on it,
sure.
And still be working with the company. So,
Corey's not new to it though.
Yeah, of
Corey's
course.
been working on
I'm
it
saying
for a long
like,
time.
David Jaffe, I think he worked on just 1 and 2 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see that he's still working with Sony and these games are still coming out. So he has to kind of like look at them and say, well, maybe I would have done this different or blah, 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 whatnot.
It's funny. I wonder if he does, because and this is going back to Star Wars, but George Lucas came out and said he didn't even watch the trailer.
That's
he was
so weird.
He was like, I'll watch the movie when it's out, but he's not that curious, I guess.
When in reality, he was watching the trailer and like, dang it. Ruining it.
Crying, a big old thing of ice cream.
Why the hilt?
Yeah.
Where's the lovable sidekick? For goodness sakes, where's the lovable sidekick?
Where's Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah. You all out, Hall?
Yeah, let's roll into this.
Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you what the worst Christmas gift
I can't wait to hear this.
And there were some good ones. Tigsta, starting over at the forums. At my old job, we did a Secret Santa. I got tube socks. The long over the calf with the colored stripes at the top. It was 12 pairs.
That is awesome. It's a gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty useful.
Is it?
Is it really?
For the winter time?
Yeah, okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Really?
I have all ankle socks, so I have no idea.
No, I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, I could really use those right now.
If you wanted to wear shorts in the winter, I guess.
My calves are cold. I need to hike these bad bears up.
Jonas Applegate, my boy, me and Jonas were on tour together at the Forum. He said, when I was around 10 or 11, my great aunt got me a ceramic clown. It was about 8 inches tall and really, really creepy.
Really? Yeah, I was going to say, that's creepy.
He said, my mom still talks about how proud she was of me for acting like I loved it.
I would have thrown it.
After all this time.
Exactly. Wolverine 71611, mushrooms.
What?
He said, my dad liked to think he was a funny guy. So one year he wrapped up things like bread and peanut butter and crackers and put them under the tree. But when I was a kid, I hated mushrooms more than anything. So of course he made sure I got those. Eventually we did get actual presents, but I couldn't help but be super mad at the time. Also, he liked to give us rock candy, which some people know as red cinnamon hard candy. But my dad, again thinking he was funny, would tape pieces of candy to rocks and give it to us, calling it rock candy.
Nice.
It took me years to figure out just how much of a comedy genius he was.
Yeah.
Michael, a.k.a. Wood, at infamous MMS over at Twitter, asked my aunt for cash, and her ex put a piece of lettuce in a box because he said I wanted the green stuff. Har, har.
Oh, nice.
Foodle Thumper at Foodle Thumper, a pit call in boot camp. Hashtag Marines.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you for going to the Marines.
Yes.
Linda, a.k.a. Ted, at Linda _Neeson. Halo 4.
Oh.
Period.
Smiley face.
Wow.
And then him and I forget who it was, went back and forth on Twitter talking about how
It wasn't that bad, was it?
he
I
says
thought
it was
all
awful.
right.
Or she, Linda.
In comparison
I
to
don't know for
3,
the
though, yeah, not that great.
Lucas Ham Swisher at Mr. Ham 111. My mom bought me an iPod, decided to keep it, then gave it to me the next Christmas he used.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's a trip.
Zachary Hood at Hood _Arrow. A coffee / hot tea thermos. I don't even drink tea or coffee.
That's where you put your warm milk.
Yeah, that's something they picked up at a gas station or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, we didn't get Zachary a gift.
Yep, here we go. This is perfect.
Chris R.
Man,
Smith.
I could really use a thermos right now.
Exactly. At
Just send all these
Fuzzhead23.
bad gifts to me.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Hall will take them. A box of microwave popcorn. Didn't realize until weeks later that grandma hid $50 inside.
Oh, no.
Love that. Love that. Thank you guys so much for the answers to the question. We appreciate it. Oh, Chalfie's got one. Here's Chalfie.
Hey, what's up? It's Chalfie. Out here at Disneyland again, hanging out. Pretty much here all the time. Worst gift I ever had was someone gave me a hooded sweater. It was perfect because it was really cold. And then I opened up and it had no sleeves. But in one of the pockets, instead of sleeves, I got a paperweight. I didn't understand what I was going to do with the paperweight and a sleeveless sweater when I was like in high school, so that was kind of lame. And then another year, I got a shoebox full of lemons. Was really hoping there was a check at the bottom of it, but nah, just straight up a box of lemons. Peace.
Boom. At Disneyland again. Get a job, Chalfie. Get a job.
Get a job at Disneyland.
I'm just kidding. Chalfie obviously probably has a job.
Yes.
That's really funny. Thanks, Chalfie, for sending that in. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys know exactly where to find us. And if you don't, I'm going to tell you. Facebook.com/married to the games, Twitter.com/MTTGcast. You can come to marriedtothegames.com. Come check out the forum. It's awesome. We're having a good time over there, talking, chatting it away. And man, we have Hall.
Rate us on iTunes or else we'll put Hilts on the show.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, and hilts aren't needed. What are these stupid hilts for?
It's a sword. You need a hilt.
All right, we have a huge, long list of these. So let's get into some questions.
Gabe, I was really hoping you were going to go with, let's get into a question.
A question. Yeah, so for whatever reason, I put the question call out at, normal time, and we have one brave soul who actually threw in a question.
One question?
That's it.
Everyone hates us.
So I
guess everybody's already asked us all the questions.
Right.
Like we've answered everything.
Everyone's out Christmas shopping, too. So I'm not hating on the community. I'm sure it's a glitch.
They're on strike.
Well, yeah, the community's on strike. They're tired
Maybe
of
we said something last week we had no idea offended everyone except one person.
Exactly. So, Stephen Blair at Taiping 1993. What is the one meal that you know you're great at making? I believe my scrambled eggs are to die for. I am coming over to your house because I love me some scrambled eggs.
I love eggs, too.
I actually make them pretty well, too. I am very good at just making tacos.
Yes. My wife was very mad that you didn't make tacos last night.
I felt so bad. I really wanted to make them for her, but I just didn't have enough time.
Ordered them in.
Yeah.
Halsifer?
Man, I don't know. I'm not that good at cooking.
You could make a hot dog at least, just nuke it or something. I don't know.
I mean, I like making oatmeal, but that's mainly
so
just because I load it up with sugar and butter.
That's the best.
There you go. I've gotten better at making ribs.
Really?
Yeah. The last time I made ribs, those things were delicious. Like the bone came right out of them jokers.
That's amazing.
And so, yeah, I didn't know the whole bake them beforehand trick for like 3 hours and then throw them on the. They were delicious.
Now, are you do you like your ribs like a barbecue spicy, or how do you like your ribs?
Yeah, barbecue for sure. Got a little rub going on them, but the barbecue kind of comes afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, dry rub and then let it bake and then take them out. I don't remember exactly how I did them last time. I think I baked them and then did I put them in the fridge overnight and then cooked them the next day on the grill? I forget, but they were delicious.
That sounds awesome, dude. Love that.
Yeah, they were really good. One question.
Maybe we should just talk about food for 10 minutes.
No,
because I was going to say, once you mentioned the grill, I was like, well, I guess I do make a good hamburger.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not that hard, but one of the things we do is we'll put corn on the grill. That's pretty good. You wrap it in aluminum foil and just throw it on the grill. It's amazing.
You know what? I'm terrible at that. I tried that one time not too long ago, and I was awful at it. It took forever.
Did you buy corn on the husk, or did you buy it like frozen? You have to get it in.
I mean, I had to peel it.
Yeah. So okay,
that's for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, I think my patience was wearing thin. It's chubby ninjas, you know what I'm saying? We don't like waiting for our food.
That's right.
Basically, I throw them on the top rack and I'll leave them in there with the hamburgers the whole time. So basically, it ends up being corn cooked for like 20 minutes, but it's amazing.
There you go.
So.
I bet that's really good.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
I've learned to love boiled hot dogs.
Yeah.
I used to like microwave hot dogs.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And then those days are over.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to bust out the grill every time you want a hot dog because your boy likes hot dogs. They're one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah, boiled hot dogs are no joke.
Boiled are really pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They're up there next to steamed, Steamed is kind of how they do them at the ballparks, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the whole steam boil situation.
I didn't have a microwaved hot dog until I got out on my own, and I was like, why aren't these as good as the ones I had at home?
Yeah, exactly.
It was because my mom boiled them too.
And it was missing all that TLC.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I think, microwave
TLC makes stuff
and I had to make them
I
had to make them so my expectations were a little different.
Exactly.
Or lack of expectation. Yeah. That's a trip.
We've had this question before, but I'll ask you guys, since we're talking about food, favorite food, just the one that you could have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner maybe one day and be totally happy.
I I just love breakfast. Any breakfast food with egg, sausage, and bacon. That's it, man. Like whenever we go to Cracker Barrel, I always get for dinner. I always get breakfast.
Right.
It's just I love that stuff, man. It's the most important meal of the day, and I'll have it all day, 3 times a day if I wanted to.
So check this out. This is sorry. Go ahead, Hall. You answer before I say what I'm about to say.
I was going to say something similar to Routers, but we don't have any Bob Evans down here. And it's kind of depressing.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and Router knows that because they have that in Pennsylvania too, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, I miss it. Krista and I went there when we went to Ohio for my brother's wedding. We went and met her dad at Bob Evans, and it was just as good as I remember.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Yeah, that's the one thing here that I miss is diners in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Diners are everywhere. They're open 24/7, and their menu is like a Bible. It's so thick, and you could get anything and everything your heart desires. And most people do at 2-3 o'clock in the morning because they're all, a little under the weather. And there's just no good diners here. Like I miss Jersey diners are the best because you can get anything.
Well, I think it's like a Northeast thing too. Like we don't have any 24-hour food establishments, do we?
No, I mean Waffle House.
Yeah, Waffle House, but those are right off the highway. But it makes sense up north because you're the tri-state area, New York, Philly, all those places. Like nobody sleeps.
Yeah, exactly.
So in Jersey, it makes perfect sense because you're right there from New York City, and there's just a lot going on. But yeah, down here, I guess it's just everyone goes to bed.
It's a little slower.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and businesses will close up at 5.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. So I just looked over by my computer, and there's this notebook sitting there, and it's only got 1 page written on it, and I'm going to read you what it says. 028. When will we hear about Xbox? E3? Question mark. Watchdog trailers. BioShock Infinite, anyone? Just beat Tomb Raider. Atari founder Nolan Bushnell says days of mobile gaming is over. Says Oculus Rift. Says Oculus Rift and Google Glass will be the next big thing for gaming.
Wow.
Piracy working for Plants vs. Zombies over in China.
That is awesome. That's
top
a little
pirated game will be landed.
Time capsule right there.
Yeah, from episode 28. Final Fantasy XX2 coming to North America this year for PS3 and Vita. Screenshots look good. Final Fantasy 7 question mark.
Well,
nice.
that answered.
Yeah, all my questions are answered from that from episode 28.
That is seriously, that's exactly right. Everything.
Will we hear about Xbox?
Exactly. Oh my god.
You now own Xbox.
Exactly.
Oh, and then that was the E3 of TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna have to find some of these because when we first started the podcast, I did all my notes on paper. And so I've probably got a notebook around here somewhere of our old podcast. So every now and then I'll maybe dump an old one in there.
I remember Gabe and I met for lunch after E3 2013, after the Xbox reveal.
Right.
And we were talking about it and you were like, yeah, but Xbox is going to kill it still. Like, even though they didn't do that great. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I do remember that. We were like they'll still come out and whoop it up on PlayStation, and
I was like, I think Sony's going to kill it.
That's funny. Golly, hindsight, boy.
I mean, I think we were all at one point saying, "Oh, this next gen's going to be no different," but
yeah,
here we are.
After the PS4 press conference in February, I'm like, okay, that looks pretty amazing. And, I didn't want to really do any judgments yet because Microsoft didn't have their press release until that was May, wasn't it? And after that, I'm like, I think Sony's got a good shot here. Yeah. I think everybody was saying that just because, and I'm not saying that from a fanboy's perspective, but I'm just saying that from I mean, just the pure what was in each of those press conferences. That and everything in Sony was games, and everything in Microsoft was TV, and we're like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yeah, why aren't
That
they
was
talking about
so
video
weird.
games? Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the Microsoft press conference, I'm like, well, there's going to be a lot of questions about this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. We'll
gracious.
see.
Well, we have covered the gamut.
really have.
When we don't have any questions, we will just ramble.
But guess what? We didn't go down any really weird rabbit holes, though.
That's
which is
true.
nice.
That's true.
We
like we usually do.
kept. Well, I think we're growing. We're maturing as a
Are we
podcast.
maturing? Oh man,
That's scary.
don't know
I
if
have
that's
a
good or
question.
bad.
What are you guys doing for Christmas? Are you traveling? Are you going to be home, or are you where are you going? What you doing?
I bought a home this year, so people
Yeah,
are
you're
coming.
not going
People
anywhere.
better come to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I can't believe next week is 1 week away from Christmas. That
It's
is
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, it's weird because for go ahead, Gabe.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we're staying here. We're hosting. We usually always hit up Jenny's dad's side of the family on Christmas Eve, and we're doing Christmas Eve at our house this year. So that's a pretty big deal for us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be really cool.
And then
But
we'll probably just
you're
do
here,
Christmas. Right? Yep, I'm here, not going anywhere.
That's so great.
You're hosting as well, right?
Yeah, we always So the tradition is Christmas Eve. We're down at my brother-in-law's and sister-in-law's in Spring Hill, so we'll be in your neck of the woods. And then Christmas Day is we host, and it'll be fun. It's been so interesting because for the first 15 years that Lauren and I were married, we would usually leave we would drive up to New Jersey and stay throughout the whole Christmas time through New Year's, and then we drive back. So even the first year Piper was born, we did that. We still drove up, did the holidays during that time. Last year was the first year that we were here, stayed home, and it was glorious. It really was. It was just so cool just to not have to go and not have to spend an entire day traveling. Actually, 2 days, because we do it in one shot, but you lose a day. So two of those holiday days are shot. But it was just so great. I just loved the fact that's when we actually did the playroom too.
That's right.
We changed. So we were able to just relax and I don't think I touched my computer and worked or did anything. I played Dishonored like a beast during that time. It was just so great. So I'm looking forward to it again. Of course, my wife is like, hey, we really should go up and see our friends up in New York. I'm like, yeah, we'll do it sometime, but just not now.
Let's FaceTime them.
Yeah, that's FaceTime is a wonderful thing. It's just weird because I used to be so excited going up there. And it is great up in the Northeast, especially in New York going during Christmas time. It's really cool. It really gets you in the mood. But because all of our families here now, it's just the dynamic is so different.
Of course,
and I think everyone who has now moved down here, they absolutely love it. They don't need to go back up north either during the holidays. So it's fun. I just can't wait to just sit around and play Far Cry 4.
Amen to that. I love that. We also went and saw Santa this week.
Oh, yes.
And Amara got her picture with Santa, and this is the first year she sat by herself and didn't cry.
It's amazing.
So that was a big step. I'm still trying to get.
Piper has stood near Santa and waved to him from a distance. But she has said, I want to sit on Santa's lap. I'm like, okay. And as soon as we get there, she crawls up you like a spider monkey. Like,
exactly.
I'm okay. I'm like, well, you can wave to him if you want. And he was great. Like, he ended up waving back, and she had this big old smile on her face. I'm like, you want to go see him? No, I'm fine.
No, I'm fine right here. I just wanted to see. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Nice.
So,
That's
it's
hilarious.
really sweet. She'll get there.
Well, every week we ask you guys a question. This week I'm going back to gaming.
All right.
We've been kind of doing seasonal, which it'll probably get seasonal again. We'll ask, New Year's resolutions and stuff in a couple weeks. But the question this week is, are you a stealth person or run and gun? Some games force you to be one or the other. But if it's left up to you, which one are you? Hall, we know your answer.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Run and
Far Cry
gun.
4 has... They haven't penalized me that much for not using stealth, so
There you go. There you go.
That's very true, actually. You're right.
That's the thing I love about that game is that you can do stealth, which my brother did. He said, "Oh, I just had the bow and arrow the whole game."
Yeah.
I was like,
That's what I
wow.
How could you do that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Router,
I'm all about stealth, baby.
stealth.
Love me some stealth. Because you know why? It makes you look around more, and I think you just get a broader experience of the game when you do that. When you just kind of take your time and just look at everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm somewhere in the middle because I definitely, when it comes to Call of Duty and stuff, I love running and gunning, even though you could use stealth and kind of sneak around and get a bunch of melee kills and stuff like that. But it's hard because like Dishonored, which you could have done both, I chose to do stealth and got the better ending. So I think if I'm given the option and I can sneak around, I definitely go stealth.
Yeah.
But I love some run and gun. So that's where I sit with that.
You're right, because Far Cry 4 has that good mix, Hall, because you can do either one. And there's always those like pop-up enemies that come up, and that's when I'm like, I skip being stealthy because I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I just shoot, run, and gun, and it's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
Man, that game is so good. I can't wait to go play it.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome. Well, you guys let us know, stealth or run and gun. Use hashtag AnswerMTTG, and of course, we'll have it up on the forums. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's December. The year's almost over. 2015 is around the corner. We got a bunch of great games coming out first quarter of next year. So excited about that. Star Wars coming next year. Not so excited about Terminator. That looks ridiculous. I'm like, oh, Arnold.
Not again.
Stop it. Arnold needs better friends in his life. Like, hey, come over here and sit down for a minute. Don't go do that. I'm your boy Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Timothy Hall. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace!